Colin, obviously we've seen all these injuries in the back line, and you're kind of like the last man standing, one could say. Do you feel like a sense of responsibility to be kind of a captain of that back line right now?
For sure. I take that responsibility upon myself. Definitely every day I'm kind of working on it to just constantly improve as a leader. But I also have the help of my teammates. Everyone there is a leader. Everyone on the team, not even the back line, from the midfielders, forwards, goalkeepers, everyone's included in the same role. Everyone can be a leader when guys are dropping, so that's the beauty of the next man up mentality. So that's all we're thinking about.
Have you guys had any other type of meeting after obviously last game's defeat to just kind of address how the team's feeling morally?
Yeah, for sure. We kind of, as a group and along with the staff as well, we always have these check-ins that we have just throughout the week. At any point we feel we need one, and I feel like everyone still has their heads on straight. Everyone's still working towards the same goal. There's no worry about the past results. We're constantly just looking forward, and so now we're looking forward to Colorado this weekend.
A couple weeks back, Emmy talked about after Detroit, and you guys had your Monday meeting, and you had a motivational video or something that you wanted to show the team. Was that something that you just found, or is that something that you had been shown before? How did that come about?
Yeah, so actually it was a video that I was shown before from my dad, and it was one of his favorite videos, and I felt like me visiting that video on some game days, it kind of it resonated with me, and I was able to kind of think about that in times of the match, and so I felt like it was needed to share with the group, and I felt like it was an important message to share with the group. And then I shared it, and there were a lot of positive kind of thoughts and just positive actions from the group, so I feel like now a couple more guys, even after the Tulsa game, we won in penalties, guys coming to me after the game, hey, I actually thought about that video while I was in the game or whenever the times got tough. And so that's what it's all about, just that camaraderie, bringing the guys together, making sure we're still on the same sheet of music.
Obviously in that last game we saw you slide across the back line to the centre-back role there. How do you find that positionally, the change there?
Wherever I'm needed, I'm there. So I felt like in the game, it just feels like a slight mentality switch, but honestly, once I'm in the game, I'm just doing whatever the team needs. So whether it's stepping in there, stepping in goalie, I've been all over the place. So it's just wherever I'm needed, That's kind of what I'm rolling with, and I like to once again take the responsibility as the earlier question, just the responsibility upon pushing up the back line, keeping the line together, keeping the guys in the midfield, the front, all on the same page. And so I feel like last game we had moments that we're together as a group with the press. We're together on marking a set piece. All those things matter. And so I feel like over the course of time, it's just all getting better, all pushing forward. And that's why I feel like now we're going to be able to bounce back this weekend.
When's the last time at any level that you had played center back? I remember you started obviously in the San Antonio game, but before that, when did you last play center back?
Never. All I remember, maybe when I was a little kid back in the back because I was fast, just watching the ball go over my head, run to get it, run back forward, and then when the team needs a goal, I'm back up front. So kind of just been all over the place. But in a professional setting, in a professional game, I've never played center back. But now it's a reality. So I'm there, and like I said, whatever the team needs, I'm there.
In terms of your own skill set, what do you think you bring at that position?
At center back, for sure, being the voice of the squad, I like to take that very heavily up on my shoulders to be able to just kind of bark commands and really just position the guys in front of me. And then just having the composure back there, because that's the whole attitude of the group, is just being composed, being able to be confident in your decisions. And so I feel like going there, that's kind of what's on my mind. And I feel like my teammates around me, they make it easier for me as well, showing on angles, kind of playing to my strengths, even though I'm at a different position. So all those things are things I'm mindful of when I'm back there, but it's kind of like, it's almost like muscle memory when I get back there. It's just same role, I'm just central. So that's kind of what I like to think about.
So when you look at the squad as it's, presently stated, right, like you're no Pop for a little while, no Mo as it stands, Casey and then Alex is technically the only, true center back the team currently has on their roster, right? Carl played there last week, so do you probably see yourself having to, over the next 3 weeks, over the next 3 games, all being in like 8 days, do you see yourself probably having to slide back into that center back role?
We'll see. Whatever the staff kind of has in mind, like I said, I'm open. I'm there wherever I'm needed. Even if they say, hey, I need you playing the 6th role, then that's where I'm going to be for the game. And so I just take it, kind of do as best as I can. And like I said, luckily I have the guys around me that they make my role even easier. So that's all I can say about that.
Ryan brought up Casey there. What was your reaction to the news last week, Casey?
It's good for him because being at such a young age, similar in age to me actually, being able to kind of understand the moment that you're in and understand what you want in life, because life is short. And he actually said that in his statement to the team. But life is short, so I'm very happy for him to be able to take that next step upon and really just it being on him, because he said that he decided to make the decision. So it's all good for him. I hope the best for him, wish the best for him, and I know he's going to do well in life. And he said he's still here cheering on the squad. We might even leave him in the group chat. So we'll have all good things for him. I'm happy for him, extremely happy for him.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Paul. Obviously, he's told us he's very close to his players. So how has Paul made you a better player?
He's made me a better player in a lot of ways. The composure that I spoke about, that was the first thing, because I feel like growing up through the academy, being a winger, I didn't necessarily learn the, I guess, all of the things that fullbacks are asked to do. And so he helped me out in the transition from winger to right back. And then now that I'm center back, he helps me in that position, because he was a center back. And so it's really cool learning from a guy that's a former player, and then he played at a high level. So he's taught me a lot of things there. He's taught me about just, not that I didn't have it already, but just the hunger and the mentality switch whenever, just really how bad you want it. Because I feel like a lot of people say they want to be at the top, but they don't want to do the things necessary to get to the top. And so I feel like he's helped me a lot in just really understanding that and grasping how bad I want it deep down also. And so that's the main thing that drives me, is because I just want to play to the highest level possible, and I feel like he's helping me get there, along with everyone on the staff. They all know about me, and they've all pushed me very well, and my teammates as well.
Taking what you said just there, and also thinking about what last season was for you, and not getting a ton of the opportunities that you were probably hoping to get in a system that might have favored you in Rhode Island. How rewarding has it been to be the leader in minutes of all the field players, and being the guy that's consistently been healthy, been available, been given the opportunity to be on the pitch?
It's amazing, and I'm grateful to be in the position to consistently play day in, day out, because they put me in positions to be able to impact the game, whether it be from the center back perspective, the right back perspective, maybe even kind of overlapping, make me feel like a winger again. All these different situations that they throw me in and they trust me in, and so I feel like coming from last year, I was super motivated to be able to just once again make an impact. And so I feel like this year I've been able to do that along with the help of everyone, and every day going out there realizing how much the guys trust me and how much I have the backing of the staff. All of those things are things I run home with, tell the parents how happy I am to have that support behind me on top of them as well, and kind of just keep coming in every day and just doing what I'm asked, keep doing the most I can do for the group.
Obviously, when you look at the season as a whole so far, results haven't been the way you'd have wanted them. What do you think is going to be the key over the next few weeks to kind of turn that around?
Keep pushing. Don't give up, because Paz stated it to us that no one wins the championship, the trophy today or yesterday. Nowhere near. We have a long time, and so just really keeping our heads on straight and pushing towards the next match, and keep that kind of goldfish mentality. Forget the past game, forget the last training. If it wasn't the best you could have done, you just keep on moving to the next day. Keep on trusting the guys around you. Keep pushing as a whole, because you're only as strong as the guy next to you. So I feel like keeping that in mind and just going out every game, giving our all, and being honest with the performances we're putting out there, and the moments that we feel a little bit of struggle, fatigue, or doubt, just forgetting that and just knowing that you have the teammate support behind you, and the guy next to you, he's right there to cover you. You may miss a tackle, but you have the second guy coming in to make the tackle for you. So just keeping all those things in mind and really just keep on pushing, because the season's not over. It's still early.
Do you think that's difficult, or more difficult maybe, for this group, considering the youth that's in the team, that mentality?
Definitely not, because I feel like in training we have a good group of guys that were here from the previous year. Now this year, bringing the young guys in, it's honestly a privilege to be able to bring the young guys in and they kind of fall in line immediately, because it doesn't really matter the age or even the professional kind of games you have on your belt. Like, I feel like if a guy can step in and do the role, and he's the best one for the role, then there he is. He's the man for the job. So I feel like as we're kind kind of learning more about the academy guys and the roles that they can also fulfill and how they can support us and help us as a group. It doesn't matter the age. They're all there with the same role of being leaders on the field, kind of barking orders to the guy next to them. Age doesn't matter. We're all a team, so it's all good there.
Colorado's another team like you guys that have had kind of a start beginning to the year. What have you seen from them that makes them a threat and they pose this Saturday?
I think the biggest thing is just to focus on ourselves. We'll do our normal kind of review over Colorado, but I feel like the biggest thing is to focus on ourselves, because I feel like in these past games we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times, and so just kind of keeping that in mind, just for the understanding to learn from those mistakes and not allow them to happen again, because the definition of insanity is kind of doing the same thing over and over. And so if we continue to go into games shooting ourselves in the foot, then obviously it doesn't allow us to get the results we need. So if we're going into the game with an open mind, thinking about the lessons we've learned and kind of how we're going to change those lessons into wins, then I feel like that's all we can do.
And then, Colin, talking over when you slid over to center back in the last game, was that a surprise to you when Pa told you to slide over to center back, or was it something that was talked about before the game?
A little bit of a surprise, but that's why whenever you're locked in on the game, you have to be ready for everything. Every situation, you never know. There's situations where the goalie gets a red card at the 90th minute. You have to throw a field player in the goal. So you just always have to be ready whenever you least expect it. And one of Pa's quotes is, "Slow feet don't eat." So as soon as he told me in the Central, I was like, all right, there I go. I'm center back. And then I looked around me and I was like, all right, time to command the group again. So, I mean, wherever I'm needed, I'm there. I'm 100% here for the group, and I know, like I said, all my teammates around me, once they see me in the center, they don't really think twice about it. They just know that I'm there to do the role and to help them, and they're helping me, so we're all on the same sheet of music.
Now, do you see like an extra sense of urgency, like in practice, some guys maybe trying to break the team now that there's so many injuries?
For sure, because as I stated already, it's the next man up. And so whenever you see maybe the guy that was ahead of you drop down with an injury or with an illness or just whatever it is, then you kind of have to be ready to just put your gear on, go into the game, ready to go with full confidence. And then that's why you have such a great group around you. And that's why I feel like on the training field, we demand the most out of each other. And so then whenever it gets to the game, it's almost an even easier day, because you're going out there, you've already had all these experiences from training. And let's face it, you'll have a little bit of butterflies, but that's why the group's there. We're all here to boost confidence. That's what's so amazing to me about playing with JMO, for example, is I remember whenever I was that young. I remember in those moments, like maybe you make the first mistake and you're like, I can't do that again. But the thing that I enjoy the most is once he makes that mistake, just cheering him on, telling him, hey, it was a good idea, next ball. And I give it to him again and again. Just never having that doubt in anyone in the group is important. I feel like that's been instilled in the group from day one, and so it's just constantly building that up.
Now, talking about Colorado, the next game, they haven't had an ideal start to the season either. Is there like an extra push for you guys to really go out and get these 3 points this weekend?
Every game is big for us, so we go into every game looking to get the 3 points. I mean, we played against San Antonio when they were top of the table, and so you have that drive to, if you want to be at the top, you have to knock off who's at the top. And so now it doesn't matter who's there, who's in front of us, who's behind us. It doesn't matter. Every game's important to us. Every game's an opportunity to win 3 points and to constantly build those performances, that mentality, that attitude in the group to show that we're here to play. And it's still, like I said, still early in the season. Some may already count us out, but that's the good thing about our group that we have. It's just from preseason going against all the MLS teams and now going into the season, we have all these games to look back on and all the lessons that we learned. And now every game is just constant improvement.
And despite the rough start, we could say, how is the team morale looking?
It's definitely still confident, because there are a lot of things that go on behind scenes. Like everyone has their thoughts and everything, but I feel like I've heard a lot of guys still have that mentality. Like it's just the same thing that Pa spoke about. It's still early, and there's no reason to doubt the group already, because we have such a long season and so many more opportunities to climb up the table, that guys are really just similar to me, just forgetting about the prior results and just focusing on the current and the present, and kind of just taking every game how it is and just go out there, perform, do the best of your ability. And then after the game, you have to be confident in how you performed and what you brought to the table. And so I feel like that's kind of the mentality of the whole group.